They'll have to give it back and they'll take a photograph home. What do you do with that? A photograph of a stained glass window.
Yellow card.
And so to the finale of this World Cup edition for 2007. It is the final of the men's eights. And again, there are some notable absentees. Switzerland, Italy, New Zealand, Belarus, Poland and Croatia all aspired to be in the final, but they didn't make it. But you've got to rule in here China, because they will certainly have a challenging men's eight lineup. As we see Australia out on the far side in lane one, Russia in two, Canada 5:33.88, the fastest qualifiers into the final. And this is of course a Mike Spracklin train crew. They won in Linz, missed Amsterdam, and now they're back, and they could be as fascinating to watch as the American women were in their version a few minutes ago. Germany are in lane number 4, and they are of course the world champions. Great Britain and then the Netherlands, and this is the regular Great Britain squad, but there is a substitution through injury. Tom Lucy, who I think was due to be in the bow, has been replaced by Simon Fieldhouse.
Yes, he in fact, I didn't see Fieldhouse in the bow seat. Yes, I did see him in the bow seat. I beg your pardon. Yes, Lucy replaced by Fieldhouse instead of by Langridge, who performed below par in the pair this morning, clearly Russia, under the weather in some way.
Canada.
Yes, for medical reasons, we know not
Germany,
what, but we wish him well. And
Great Britain. The Netherlands.
Closest due in the Netherlands.
Attention.
2 from the bottom, Great Britain. 3 from the bottom, Germany. Canada, 3 from the top, Russia, and on the far side, Australia. And a big roar goes up. All the crowds can watch this top to tail, all the way down on the big screen here, and we go away with the world champions. The world champions who were not in disarray, but their performances leading into the first World Cup regatta persuaded Germany not to enter their main squad, and the Germans only fought in Amsterdam.
Indeed, and they've been doing some pretty serious talking to and training since. Interesting to see whether they can keep this early lead. I think they've got a bow ball in front at this stage, but this is a tough field, and Canada should be the real pacemakers from everybody else to race on.
Closest to you, you've got the Dutch, then 2 from the bottom, Great Britain. Great Britain with in the stroke seat Alistair Heathcote, Asa Nethercott, the coxswain. Then moving up to Germany, Bernd Heidecke, great stroke, great motivator in the stroke seat for Germany with Peter Tiede. Few coxswains have got his experience. And then Canada, another experienced pilot there in Brian Price, facing his stroke, Carl Hamilton. For Russia, it's Denis Markelov with Pavel Savonkin, the Russian coxswain. And Australia just about in about 6th place, I would reckon. Australia on the far side with Jeremy Stevenson in the stroke seat. Marty Rabjohn's the man with the race plan. So through the first 500, and it is Canada, Germany, Russia, Great Britain, Netherlands and Australia. 2.5 seconds, 2.36 seconds to be precise, separating the 6. And it is Canada now who pulled it out to nearly a quarter of a length.
And interestingly, quite unlike Canada crews that first emerged 8 years ago when Mike Spracklin landed there after the Olympics and introduced the new layback to the style, so you had a much longer stroke to the finish. And they're now sitting up and look exactly like all the other crews around them. But the difference this time is that they're much sharper in. When those blades meet the water, they immediately lock on and they look quicker and sharper on that catch. And they hit it harder on the catch than other people. The finish is nothing to write home about. It's all about banging that boat, smacking that boat just to get it moving again, and as the pace dies, just pick it up and thrust it forward, and it's an extremely effective style.
It's quite interesting when you reflect. Do you remember, Hugh, in the late 90s, the United States, they won in 7, 8, 9, and then were big favourites to win in Sydney, and it all went seriously wrong, and Great Britain ended up. And then Canada, they won in 2002, 2003, and then it all went seriously wrong for them. I just wonder whether Mike Spracklin's going to turn it around in the same way and bring them to success in 2008 in Beijing.
Well, what he's doing this afternoon, what his crew is doing this afternoon, is leading an eighth final by a huge margin. They're coming up to halfway, and they are already 3/4 of a length, nearly a length ahead of this field. That is an outstanding result.
But we have to put into the equation, as I said, China, and we have to remember Mike Tatey has not unwrapped his ace of the season yet. We'll only see that at the World Championships in Germany.
We certainly will. Now Germany being drawn back into the field. On the far side of them, it's the Russians coming up, the Russians again, and Great Britain in lane 5, now closing on Germany, moving together with Russia. Difficult for Asa Nethercott, the British Cox, to call across to his crew because the Dutch are sliding back out of it and aren't giving any help to him to draw them on. But that's Russia now, and we can see that Russia is closing on Germany. Germany at the moment with a canvas over Russia in 3rd place, Great Britain, that number 5 bow ball, in 4th place.
Just over 500 metres to go. Less than that now for the leaders. Canada go into the last quarter with a comfortable advantage over Germany, Russia, Great Britain, and then you've got the Dutch and Australians in that order. And who's going to take this away from Canada, Hugh? No one, I suspect.
39 strokes a minute, untroubled, a length clear of the field. British challenge to Germany now rather fading, but the Russian challenge to Germany still there. It's a canvas between them. Can the Germans, with the boat race winners, Sebastian Schulte, Thorsten Engelmann at 5 and 6, they're the key engine room players. Engine room needs to work now if this crew is to hold off the Russians attacking, but it's the Canadians very confidently out in front. Germany now beginning to move on them and having dropped the Russians a little bit, but still Canada with 250 metres to go, bottom of the enclosures, and looking unassailable there. Germany for a silver medal, Russia for a bronze, Great Britain for 4th.
Canada now bringing the regatta to a close now in a quality way. It's been quality all through the day of the highest class here. Canada to take the final 8 points in the 2007 10th anniversary of the FISA World Cup, ahead of, on the near side, Germany. Russia, a revival certainly on the cards for the Russian men's squad. Canada take the victory. Germany get the overlap to take 2nd place, ahead then of Russia. Great Britain do finish 4th, just ahead of the Netherlands, with Australia down in 6th place. That was emphatic, and well, Canada, Mike Spracklin, the crew, Brian Price, Carl Hamilton, Adam Creek, Dominic Seitele, Malcolm Howard, Jake Wetzel, James Burns, Ben Rutledge and Kevin Light. They've made their presence felt in no uncertain terms, and it'll be fascinating to see what Mike Tatey for America can put up against that. 5:30.59, that is a very decisive finish.